Today I asked Jeremy, what was your experience like crossing the border? Hey everybody, I'm Scott, this is Jeremy, and we had the privilege of serving in Mexico in Piedras Negras, which is just south of Eagle Pass, about 4 hours from Austin. And we served a ministry called Hands and Feet. Jeremy, tell us a little bit about your experience going down there.
Well, it was fantastic. I mean, from a standpoint of, getting my family together. So I took my 2 older boys, my 7th and 8th grader, and with all the families we had, I love the opportunity to have a ministry like Hands and Feet lead us through the ministries at the border towns of Piedras Negras. So we had some nervousness going into it because we didn't know what to expect. I've never been to a border town, any border town.
Right.
But all you hear is stuff in the news. Mm-hmm. So you have, in your mind, you could have this picture of what's going on that has nothing to do with reality down there. So as we stepped into it and we went with that ministry, wow, what an experience to really be opened up to with someone kind of leading the path. So I can't wait. There's a couple things that we did were really life-changing to me and my family.
Yeah, and so you took your 2 older boys, and what were some things that were impactful to you guys as you are now back in Austin? What are the things you reflect on?
Wow, the one of the most powerful ministries we saw down there was the ministry at Casa Bethesda. Mm-hmm. And this place has probably about 30 plus adults that are all special needs on varying levels. Yeah. And for us to engage with over half of those adults and really spend a couple hours with them and just playing with them, and just experiencing them and them getting to spend time with us in a joyful opportunity. My kids really embraced that. Yeah. That was their favorite part of the trip.
Interesting.
From a standpoint of really getting to engage with a group of people, and the fact that this is one of the only special needs facilities in all of northern Mexico. Yeah. And this place is not supported by local city government. It's not supported by a church. It is just the ministry of the pastor that runs it and all the people that support it. And that was just so impactful. I think it opened my son's eyes and my eyes to what God is doing in and through these people.
Yeah, I mean, it was very clear to us that we needed to be there. As soon as we walk in, my daughter Claire was the first one to go in there, and she was hugged for like a minute and a half by this Down syndrome gal that would not let go. And it was just a beautiful moment, right? It was just so beautiful. Just to be, right? We're not solving any problems. Right. We were coloring, painting nails, playing catch with them. It was just fantastic to be in that environment.
It was, and I can't say enough about what it means to serve with other families. And your family's there, my family's there, we have other families that are there, and to see the kids, really dive into ministry like that, and not even realize that this is some way to serve. It's just more of a, God's called me here to be present with these people.
Well, what would you say to families who are, let's just say, on the border between whether they should go or not go on our next trip?
I think it's a great question. It's a question that me and my own family wrestled with, right? And so I would say that the way that Riverbend is partnering with Hands and Feet, and the way that they help us to minister in those areas by, leading us in the transportation and leading us everywhere. And once you get down there, it feels really natural. I mean, there's no. What we saw whenever we were down there, and we were down there and out and amongst the people the entire time. We were with the refugees, and that's another area where, getting to interact with people from Honduras and Ecuador and El Salvador, and just being with them and hearing their stories through a translator, so impactful to me and my kids. So what I would suggest to you as parents that are really considering this, it is a wonderfully safe opportunity, but it's also a wonderful life-giving opportunity, because I feel like my kids were exposed to things that in the bubble of Austin, they would never see.
Yep, amen. And the same for me. And just to put things in perspective here is that we have a Starbucks in Piedras Negras, but we don't have one in Eagle Pass. So there you have it.
So if you were concerned about not getting your Starbucks fix, we have you covered on that. And the place we stayed was absolutely beautiful. So I would encourage any family interested in it, to reach out to Scott or myself. I would love to give you our perspective, and what we saw and what it meant to my family. I can't wait to go back. I can't wait to have my wife go with us next time.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, really excited about that.
Well, we'd love for you to come. We're planning the next one on Memorial Day. Again, a 3-day weekend. We're going to do Saturday morning early to Sunday afternoon and come back here by Sunday evening so that you have Monday to recoup.
That Monday was a fantastic day to recruit too, because in that 48 hours, you really feel like emotionally you're out there.
It's a lot.
But it's easy. It's easy in, easy out. We really appreciate you setting all that up.
Yeah.
So encourage everyone to try it on the next trip.
All right. So ask us questions. Tell us what you're thinking about, what your hesitations would be, or desires to go on a trip like this with your family or some of your family. We'd love for you to participate with us. All right, like, comment, subscribe, whatever you need to do. We love you, and we'll see you guys soon.